Broadcast. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just first reactions. What did you think?
How long does a body take to decay? Was my first thought.
What?
Because she pulls out the skull with the silver teeth. So I'm
I
like,
found that
okay.
very intriguing. I thought.
I know I was very intrigued by it, but I'm thinking, how long would it take to be a skeleton? So how long was that
There.
body buried?
So for people who haven't seen this, just click right now on the trailer in YouTube and watch the trailer. It's only a minute long. It's a really great trailer. My first reaction was, could two people be more attractive?
No.
No, I don't think so. And that was just my first reaction. But we have plenty to talk about. But first of all, I just want to say that the Droughtlander is almost over. So Outlander season 4 starting in a couple of months. Rest assured that Amanda and I will be doing these chats every week to talk about every episode in great detail and depth from the perspective of people who have not read the books. So are you excited?
I'm excited. I think Maria Doyle Kennedy is an interesting addition. I loved her on Orphan Black, so I'm excited.
I loved her so much on The Tudors. She played Catherine.
Oh, yes, that's a good one.
That's when I first started really becoming a fan of hers. Then Orphan Black, and I remember when we interviewed Caitriona, we talked about her briefly, Maria Doyle Kennedy playing Jocasta, and she was saying that she's really brought a different vibe. Well, she brought a different vibe to the set because it's now in the past. And I can see why. Just we get a glimpse of her, and it piqued my interest as soon as I saw her face.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm very excited. I think she'll be a fun addition, and hopefully she won't be dead by the end of season 4.
I know. So what else came out of the trailer? So there's a little bit about they're under siege.
The future is pushing back. So what are they doing? So maybe they're like with the second season, they're up to something where they're trying to change history, and that's what they mean by it. That interests me.
That interests me. We saw a couple of glimpses of Native Americans. What else? There's a fire. Like there's a few little things where I just don't really know what to say. I'm actually playing it right now on the screen as I talk to you, but I'm looking forward to this. Like the costumes again and the sets and all that just look really on point.
And it doesn't look like Scotland, so they've done, at least from the trailer's perspective, a good job of making it look like Virginia.
Yeah, there's a shot where he drops a knife into the ground. I really like that. I don't know what that means, but yeah. So, and there'll be all the usual fighting and peril and people coming out of the woodwork and the
lovemaking.
There'll be a lot of that. Fans happy. So yeah, all right. Well, we have lots to look forward to in the trailer, and I would love for everybody who watches this or on Twitter to give us your comments. What did you think about the trailer? What was your first reaction from when you saw the trailer, and what are you most looking forward to, especially if you've read the books and you know what's actually coming? We don't.
No spoilers.
Exactly. So, look, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, Amanda, and that is this. Bad Emmys. Bad Emmys.
I don't know if it's bad Emmys or if it's bad stars, because whatever they're doing to campaign, they need to double it, because it's not just Outlander. I mean, they've got a lot of problems.
I don't know what they're doing, and I'm as you are pretty familiar with the personnel over in Stars PR. They're lovely people. They really know what they're doing. The stuff that they send out to media is really, really beautifully put together. Like, I don't know what they're doing wrong. I don't know what's going on with the TV Academy and why they're so biased towards two networks in particular, the CW and Stars. Because Stars has got some incredible programming. Counterpart, Howard's End, Outlander. What the hell?
I think it's got to be the campaign, because TNT is not like an Emmy favorite, and they still got The Alienist nominated.
Right.
So they had to be pushing it harder. Maybe they need to be a little less polite and start, because J.K. Simmons, when I saw that best drama actor lineup, I was like, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
I know we would have all loved Sam, but he's an Oscar winner. He's a little bit easier to sneak into a top 6.
Right.
And
Simmons couldn't even get in there, and he plays 2 roles.
Yeah, that should have been the easiest pickup for them, especially as weak as that category lineup is.
But let's be real, like limited series actress, you can't get Haley Atwell in there. What are you
They
doing?
couldn't get Kenneth Lonergan,
Right.
Pulitzer Prize nominee, Oscar winner, over American Vandal.
Writing, sorry, exactly. And Howard's End in Over the Alienist, and no disrespect to the Alienist, but Howard's End was incredible.
Yeah,
I'm very disappointed. But back to Outlander, like
it's rough, and Outlander's part of it because you know what, Caitriona Balfe is owed a nomination, and you can't keep just blaming the TV Academy for this.
No,
I mean the CW can say, you know what, our program skews young, so they might have a bias towards them.
Yeah,
but you can't say it's their programming when they're willing to nominate from all of these other.
If Outlander was on a different network, like Netflix or something, or platform, I think it would do better. I think there's an issue with Stars, and they're going to need to sort it out. It's been going on for years, and I've had enough. And frankly, I know it's disappointing not to see Caitriona there, but at least what gives me solace is her category is ridiculous. It's probably the most competitive, maybe apart from supporting actress in a drama series, the most competitive of the night. So,
oh yeah, I
mean, cut, but so be it.
I think she would have gotten in a top 10.
Yeah,
but a top 6, that's rough. I mean, those 6 women. I mean, then she's got to get past Amelia Clark, who is probably very close herself. That's a rough.
It's rough. Yeah, Amelia Clark. You said exactly. So it's not an easy category. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I remember back in the day when they had the top 10 to whittle it down, and like you had people. I always think about Caitriona Balfe.
I think it was like the top 15.
Yeah, that's right. Caitriona Balfe's in a similar position to what someone like Mary McDonnell was in for Battlestar Galactica. That's a show that no one ever thought. It doesn't have Emmy written all over it, and yet that's still got 2 writing nominations. And Outlander can't even get anything apart from costumes, cinematography, music, or production design, and that's really annoying.
Yeah.
So it did get the costume nomination that you and I talked about months ago. We knew that was going to happen for that episode, and congratulations, well deserved. I don't think it's going to win because I'm not prepared to go out on a limb anymore for Outlander, and it's very disappointing.
I think when I look at the nominees, and I don't have them up, let's just say The Crown falls victim to the Jackie curse. It could happen.
That bloody Jackie.
Maybe something's going on there.
Yeah.
You're telling me not one what?
Not win that Oscar 3 years ago.
Yeah. You're telling me not one of these random productions was good enough to win costumes.
Right.
So the comedy series frontrunner, one of the so could take it. I think it
will.
Costume designers, and I don't follow. I mean, I've never had a problem with who they.
But that's
I think Anne Crabtree was just in a difficult category. I mean, she had to get past not only The Crown, she had to get past Feud.
Yeah.
So that, and her costume is boiled down to one red dress. That's so going to be difficult. I know, but it's going to be really difficult over
for the similar work. I know that she's put in other designs.
She submitted the wrong episode. Oh, Anne, you should have submitted the one with the funeral.
Yes. She needs an Emmy in her head. Anyway, we digress.
We could go 20 minutes, but I think that she needs some vote splitting, but I think it's running in arguably third because I think if costume design be impressive.
I think it's a slam. It should win. The costumes on Outlander, there's nothing better than the costumes on Outlander. And the episode's about making costumes, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm. And, sometimes we see writers pick series about writing and actors playing actors. So you never really know.
It would be a wonderful result after all the Emmys.
There's 2 things I want to say about that. One, I'd love to see Murtaugh more involved. Love him.
Yeah.
Actually, I changed my mind. 3 things. I'm so happy that Tobias Menzies will be taking over a role that got an Emmy nomination. So we can pretend it's like a career win if he gets nominated next year for The Crown. And third, I want to see them get through a season without a sexual assault or an attempted sexual assault moving the plot along. If they did that, I would say this was the best.
I would as well. One of them is a bit random. I really can't wait to see the opening credits and see what Ben McQuarrie will do.
That's a good one.
I'm really looking forward to seeing, Caitriona and Sam back on my TV. because I just have become, a real fan of their work. And finally, I'm just really looking forward to going along with the journey, because I will be completely honest, season 3 didn't really do it for me as much as season 2. And that slightly disappointed me after such a long Droughtlander. Season 3 was great. It's one of the best shows on telly, but season 2 is really captured my imagination. The France episodes were just unbelievable. It didn't quite get there for me in season 3, so I'm hoping season 4 can get back to those heights. So
yeah,
that's just a fact. All right. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And everybody, make sure you stick with Gold Derby. Go and do your Emmy predictions anyway. I know it hurts not to see Outlander in there, but there's plenty of other great shows that you can predict. We'll be back in November to talk about season 4, and hopefully by then we'll be also talking about how Outlander is now an Emmy-winning series.